We have two words for the same phenomenon. The only reality that is real is the essence we are. To make it more plain yet, we are this creative essence of the universe, and we have endeavored to create a reality illusion system in which we got lost. Just plain lost. We, as the creator, are lost in our own creation. Now all this is so on purpose in order to get to know our creations, or ourselves. And eventually we will find our way back home and be our real self again. Meanwhile, as human beings, we only have words to explain, and we guess at the story of creation for now. One thing is for sure. One needs to know that one is lost in order to make sense of human life. Or, as the saying goes, we need to lose ourselves in order to find ourselves. Great. Every human being is working on this. We do this all in our own time and at our own expenses. Many people have studied metaphysics for 30 years, and what they have discovered, in addition to what I say above, is that all planes of being are illusions. However, they are accepted as real by those who exist on these planes. So, human beings think that their physical reality is real, and the astral people think that their astral reality is real, and so on and so on. We do the same thing when we are dreaming at night. We have dreams, and they are real while we are dreaming. All this means that illusions and realities are interchangeable words, and all we can say is, life continues as usual. Our ordinary human life on this earth, as a matter of fact, is just as much a dream as our dreams at night. In the daytime, we only dream slower, in order to learn to consciously create our reality or surroundings. Dreaming is creating. We are co-creators. Each and every one of us is a co-creator. The only difference is that we are all at different stages of awakeness. That is not a big deal, however, for in the universal now, time reality of the spiritual universe, we all have awakened already. We have already arrived. So please enjoy the journey. We are the one creator in all its infinite glory. To learn that this is so is the reason why we are on the earth in the first place. Meanwhile, all our reading and the discussions we have on email lists help people to understand in what kind of game we became lost in order to find ourselves. For those interested in what I have discovered and written about, go and read my articles. However, I am not trying to tell you what to do. All this is up to you. It's your life, it's your game. Oh yes. I have also discovered that few people can understand very much at one sitting or reading. We need to keep at it and literally create the brain cells in order to understand what we want to understand. We need to be reaching for understanding at all times. We literally need to awaken our brain cells. About 90% of our brain cells are asleep. To conclude, matter and consciousness are a continuum. They are forms of each other and dance together in a dance we call eternal life, in which all our lives are awakening processes. So what is a human being? A human being is a god in the making. A human being is a preliminary conscious creator who eventually will go out into creation at large and create solar systems, planets, galaxies, and all the varieties and diversities of life these places can contain. This is already in progress naturally. But from where we are looking presently, all we are able to see is that every human being is working on increasing its awareness and eventually will reach higher functions than the village butcher or the city's mayor. There is no limit but our own lack of imagination. What a human being is. The human being is an unlimited conscious creator in the making. Congratulations. You cannot miss. In the meantime, the entire world is taken for a ride, because the reality of the world is pulled over the eyes of humanity. The masses are blinded by it and confused. It does not have to be this way. Their indifferences maintains the status quo. Presently, our third dimension world is a place where we learn our lessons. It is a very tough place, and it will even be tougher in the next while. No doubt there will be changes within certain time periods, but third dimension will always be third dimension. These changes are measured in thousands of years. Our world is a tough place into which to incarnate. While we are here, we see that there is a lot of stuff going on. Many people try to correct some of what they see as wrong. It's of no use. The point is, we are not here to correct. We are here to become aware and get out. We are not here to save the world or anyone. We are here to become aware. Meanwhile, here is something that explains the different periods humanity goes through on this earth. There are good and bad periods. Right now, we are finishing a so-called bad one. Once we get off this world for good, we have reached higher levels or awareness and densities. Possibly, we might desire to come back to Earth now and then, to practice to create consciously in this dense environment. This also means that we would be able to help certain Earth people and be an example to them and say, what I can do, you will do better. In the meantime, we will be an inhabitant of another planet, and we will have learned there as well. The universe is our home, and planets are the stages upon which we perform and learn. Finally, we come to the crest of change. In the year 2012, there will be an end to many simultaneous cycles humanity has been subjected to on this earth. This is the time when an enormous change will take place for many human beings. Not for all, but for many. To be able to flow with this change and be promoted to the higher densities of fourth dimension or fifth dimension will depend directly on the level of our awareness. Our awareness is directly related to our evolvement that has been reached in the thousands of lifetimes we have lived in the last, say, 300,000 years or so. Or was it a million? It is different for everybody. The question is, are we ready to have a third dimension for good? What is it that holds us to this elusive physical reality but attachments? We must let go of them. The long-awaited time of December 2012. The crest of change is almost here. Happy transition.